All right, now let's begin. So the first thing that we are going to focus on in this video is finding photo reference for your animal sketches. Ideally, before you begin any kind of life drawing, the best thing to sketch from is life, right? So if you could have the option to go to a zoo or any place that would have any kind of live animals, that would be the best way to sketch. But of course, in this case, if you cannot go out and, for the convenience of this video, we're just going to simply use photo reference from the internet. And the internet truly is like your biggest library when it comes to finding images for you to get inspiration from. Now, if you take a look at all the images that you see in front of you, notice that I have, a variety of images. I have, a 3/4 pose, I have a front pose, I have a side pose. And the reason for this is if we were to be drawing from life, from real life, naturally our animals would be moving, right? So also, just like that, when I'm looking for my photo reference, I'm making sure to find images that show me different angles of my bear. One of the things that's really fun about animal drawing from life is drawing that movement, is drawing, the animals in their element. That makes such a big difference and adds so much character to your own sketches. So when you are looking for photo reference, definitely try and find that. Try and find your animals doing stuff. Try and find them showing a little more character. Don't just have them kind of standing around, but, is there a way to show them doing something, to have some kind of a reaction? Of course, when we are drawing our animals from life, we are studying proportions, we are studying, weight, we're studying anatomy, but also we are studying character, right? The whole point of this course is that we are eventually going to be taking inspiration from the Goldilocks and the Three Bears story that we're going to create an entire project on. So that is why I'm researching particularly bears in this case. And if you think of the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, we have a mama bear, we have a papa bear, and we have a baby bear. So that's three bears with three different characters. So, as I'm researching and looking for my photo reference, I'm keeping in mind all these characteristics and trying to look for them when I'm looking for my photo reference. See this image here, in particular, I have a mama bear with her three cubs, and I want to show that, right? That's going to play a very big role in telling the story. So in addition to also looking up, bear references, I did also try to look up cub references as well, since we do have a baby bear. And I've thrown I've thrown a few images of polar bears in there, but why not? Because this is so much fun researching these images for me personally, because bears are incredibly cute, and baby bears, especially baby polar bears, are extremely cute. So, have fun with looking up these photo references. I definitely kept my baby bear's character in mind. He's going to be a little mischievous, he's going to be very naughty, he's going to be very innocent. So when I was looking up the photo references for him, I was really trying to think about who he is when I looked up those images. And now the next animal that we are also going to take a look at is going to be a ginger cat. And the reason for this is I am going to actually turn my Goldilocks character into an animal. I'm going to make her a cat. So what better animal to look at than a ginger cat? So, as I was looking up photo references, I, looked up some adult cats, and they have, cats, it's very easy for them to look kind of evil and mean. So I decided that instead, why don't we start looking up kitten pictures, which I think will be able to give me more of the essence of Goldilocks, right? She's a young character, she's an innocent character, she doesn't realize or understand what she's doing or the consequences of her actions. So in this case, what I'm doing for my particular character is I want to get that innocent feeling in and that mischievous feeling in, and kittens are so good at giving us those qualities. So I definitely made it a point to start looking up references of younger looking animals, so that when I actually end up drawing my Goldilocks character, I will take a lot of inspiration from ginger kittens. And, I think this will, I kept in mind her fur color. It's very important because I think it's going to really be able to tell us who Goldilocks is right away when just looking at her. We're going to be able to be like, hey, she's a character with very bright kind of orangish golden hair, fur in this case. And so these are all the things that I was trying to think of when I was looking up my photo reference. Now that I have selected all the images that I need for my animal sketching, and make sure you find images that you're happy with, that read clearly, that evoke the emotions that you want to sketch and practice. So be sure to find that. If I were you, I would spend at least half a day looking up photo references, like a really long time. And I know that may sound like a lot, but when it comes to photo references, you want to pick the right images. It's very, very important to pick images that you can work with. Now, before we jump into our actual animal sketching, I want to start talking a little bit about anatomy. So in our next video, we are going to focus on the skeletal and muscle structure of the animals that we will be sketching. I'm not going to go too much into depth about it, but we're just going to have a basic understanding of the insides of what our animals are like.